Hi, everyone. Welcome, everyone. We're going to get started in a few minutes. Thanks for joining us today. We're going to give folks a few minutes to jump on. Please share this live with your friends. Hi, Dr. Richardson. Thanks so much for joining. Hi, everyone. We're going to give folks a few minutes to join. We're going to be welcoming in the future Doctors Winston and Miller. We're really excited for today's chat. And I know it's 3 o'clock, or it's going to be 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. It's going to be 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we appreciate everyone joining at different times. So I'm going to make sure that Natasha and Dante get on okay. So we're just going to hang on for a little bit. Hi, everyone. Hi, Minofex. I want to say we've spoken before. Let me know your name. I know your handle is there. Hi, everyone. Hi, Hope. Thanks for joining, Hope. Future Dr. Pacheco's here. We appreciate you being here. We know we have Right Away tonight, so I'm going to see you at Right Away. Hope you're having a good day. Thanks, everyone. We're just giving everyone a few minutes to join before we start. We hope that you caught Dr. Lacy's live today. If you didn't, go ahead and watch the replay. Dr. Lacy talked about some really important things about living your life now instead of waiting to be done with your degree. Hi. Okay. Hi, Delano. Thanks so much for joining. All right. Let me just make sure everyone is signing on. Okay, let's see. Just active now. Hi, Green Goddess One. Thanks for joining. We're giving everyone a few minutes. Dr. Winston is on. I'm going to go ahead and make sure our friend Dr. Miller gets this. All right, we're going to welcome in Dr. Winston first. Hey.
Hi.
Dr. Winston, you are here. Thank you so much.
No problem. I wish I was at home, but one of the buses did not arrive for the kids, so we're waiting. So I was like, I'll just do it from the car.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, but
It's okay. I just don't feel comfortable leaving. Like, they're 5 and 6, so I can't leave my kids.
we know that you are going to make sure those babies get home safely.
Yeah. So we're just waiting in the car.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much for joining us today.
No problem.
I want to say hi to everyone. Delano. Hi, Delano. Hi, Alicia. Hi, Dominique. Hi, Donald. Hi, everyone. The People Stylists. just saying hi. Everyone is in for such a treat today.
Hey,
We're so excited to have you today. And we're also going to have our dear friend, Dr. Miller, on, and hopefully he joins us soon. But maybe while we're waiting for him, Natasha, can you go ahead and start? Well, let me back up for a second. I want to welcome everyone. This is our third interview that we get to do with current clients. We're sort of calling it reflection with current clients or current client chats. And for our third interview of current clients, we have the pleasure of being able to talk with the future Dr. Natasha Winston, the future
oh my God.
Dantes Miller, and we're going to learn so much from them today. I've been so honored to witness a little bit of their journey, and so I'm going to pass it over to you. Natasha, can you introduce yourself and tell the people who you are and where you are?
I am Natasha Winston. I am in St. Louis, Missouri. Woohoo! So, and I attend the University of Missouri St. Louis, majoring educational practice with a social justice emphasis.
Thank you so much. Yes, Missouri. And is that where you're from?
Yes and no. So I'm a military brat. I was born in Hawaii, but I was raised in Kansas City, but I've been living in St. Louis now for about 20 years or so. So I guess you could call me the show me state girl.
Oh my God, I never knew that about you.
I know it's always something new, right?
You keep us on our toes for
I
sure.
know.
Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone who's joining. Dr. Mays is here. Helena's here. Hi, thank you so much for joining. All right. So we just did a little bit of introduction with the future Dr. Winston. And I'm going to say Dr. Winston because March is coming. And can you let
It is
uh,
3 Thursdays.
what is happening on March? Is it 10th, right?
March 10th
What is
at
happening?
2 p.m. You know, March 10th at 2 p.m. is going to be 20 years of life, living, loving, and learning. The 4 L's. Um, I defend my dissertation. My work, my baby, as I call her, it's a sister's tale, the color of conduct, a sister's tale of race, housing, and higher education. And sister is an acronym that I created during my comprehensive exam portion, and it stands for suffering in silence to be acknowledged. And it really focuses on Black women and how our voice is often silenced in the world of higher education in the field, just because oftentimes we are the knowers and the doers of the work behind the students who make it possible. But like always, we're not always the one out front. We're always the one behind the scenes. But it also shares the untold stories, so the things that are not so beauty and glamorous. So I'm excited, nervous, scared, all the above. But yeah, I'm ready, I think.
We're ready. Your Qual Scholars family is so ready. You already know to share the link with us if you can, because we want to be there if it's an
Yes.
Thank you so much for telling us a little bit about your research as well, your dissertation. Is it okay if I ask Dr. Miller to join us? I can see that here. Oh, okay. I just invited him. And I'm telling you, these two scholars together are a treat. I'm telling
Baby Boogie.
the Ratchetdemics, the OG Ratchetdemics, which you're gonna
Ratchetdemics.
you
Yes.
need to tell people, like, who are the Ratchetdemics? What are the Ratchetdemics?
The Ratchetdemics. Well, I think Dante can explain that. Bro, who
Rats.
is Ratchetdemics? Rats.
The Ratchetdemics are an OG crew, a part of Qual Scholars. Some started in 2017. Some started in, maybe not 2017. Maybe like 2018, 2019.
2019.
I don't know. We just a whole bunch of rats ones that we had groups, accountability groups that we will foster. And somehow we got placed together in that accountability group, and we just all realized that we had some hood and we was gonna finish this PhD, and
5 in, 5 out.
and then we've been making it shake, rattle, and roll. And then some people got added, some people got kicked off the bunk bed. Some people had to go, like Kevin Hart's daughter said. But we still ratchet.
We making it work.
We got 2 doctors right now. One on the way on March 10th. Another one on the way sometime in the summer, and then another one coming soon. So, we out here.
Finishing up.
I love that. Okay, you just came in here to give us the breakdown of the Ratchetdemics. Dr. Miller, who are you? Can you tell the people who you are and where you are?
Yeah, I'm Dante Miller. I am a PhD candidate in higher education at Indiana University. Yeah.
Thank you so much for that. And do you mind, Tasha talked a little bit about her dissertation. Can you tell us what your dissertation is about?
Yeah, so my diss is looking at so largely I study Black students and Black student success and activism. I consider myself an activist, and so my dissertation is looking at oppositional consciousness, which is a theory out of Black studies that came from Northwestern, and essentially is looking at how students come to know about socio-political issues in society, and how we move about from folks being angry about an issue, say it's about patriarchy or it's about racism or whatever, how one moves from being angry about that issue to learning more and cultivating strategy and being able to name that issue and creating action in response to those issues. So my dissertation is looking at how Black students do that in college campuses, and then if the BSU or the Black Student Union plays any role in helping them cultivate that oppositional consciousness, and then what they kind of do with that. So,
Thank you for that. And I mean, Tasha, you and I are both rooting for Dr. Miller because he's done with data collection, right? Can we get
He got 12. He got 12. He don't need 20. He got 12. Hey.
Hey. Chill.
Man, he just needs 12. It only takes 12.
If you know, you know, because us Qual Scholars and the family, we have been uplifting Dante to wrap up this data collection and move to the next stage.
Yes, we are ready because he got 12.
Well, I am so excited.
What up, baby? Oh, my fault.
Okay, hey, B.
I'm really, really excited to talk with you both today because I feel like you both, as Finish Your Dissertation scholars, embody this idea of coming into the program with an open mind and a willing spirit. And I want to start with you, Tasha. I also feel like you embody this idea of leaving what you've been through sort of at the door and entering into the Qual Scholar space, ready to start over, if you will. Can you tell the people how and why you decided to first Finish Your Dissertation?
Man, we're talking about like 2 years ago. So I first came to Qual Scholars. I did the lit review. I was still a part of a group. At my school, we were doing a group dissertation. And so I was a part of a group, I guess a group dissertation group, I guess. But when we had did that, we weren't really gelling. And so we were kind of needing some direction in terms of where to go, bringing 5 different ideas, sometimes 6 different ideas, depending upon the people about where to go. I think when the time I did the lit review, we actually had sized down to 2 and still trying to work our way through it. After that, the 2 became 1 and it was just me. So that's when I decided to sign up for Qual Scholars for real, and not for play, as Dr. Lacy would say. And did that and then pursued 1920 moving forward. And in that transition, I went from having the idea of about student conduct being about Black student perceptions of first year to all being about me. So as a person who is very private, who does not like the attention or the camera on them, this lens in my study has now been all about me. So it's been very uncomfortable, but it's also been nerve-wracking, but it's also been very exciting to see how the growth from when I started Qual Scholars to now, even the language. I think I was telling someone else, actually wrote in our accountability group during one meet. I was like, my language is changing, my music taste, everything is different these days. But I know all of that is to the mindset of Qual Scholars. So I'm forever grateful for that.
I really appreciate you walking us through that journey, because I do remember when you first joined and just how you meshed so well with the entire community inside Qual Scholars. And it's been beautiful to witness your journey. And, actually, Dante, I don't know how you joined FYD. Like, can you tell us how you came to join? Why?
Dr. Lacy is gonna laugh at this because I love telling this story. But I slid in her DMs. Not obviously not on no shooting my shot type stuff, but yeah, basically I saw Dr. Jamelia Harris post about Dr. Lacy, and I was like, I think it was like right when the pandemic hit or whatever. I was like, yo, I'm struggling. I ain't doing what I need to do. And so I was like, let me hit her and see what's up. And so I hit her. I was like, yeah, what's up with this program? What you talking about? And then I think my first question was like, yo, is this money worth it? Like, I ain't about to drop this band, and I ain't about to finish this dissertation like you telling me I am. So I need the truth. And so yeah, I think I started in June of 2020 or May of 2020, somewhere. But yeah, it was smooth.
Wow, I actually never knew that. I appreciate you telling us that unique way that you came inside the family. It's been such a powerful thing to witness both of you along your journey as you become doctors. And I want to say hi to everyone who's listening. If you have for Dr. Winston or Dr. Miller, please drop them in the comment because they have so much to share with us today. Um, you know, Dr. Lacy was live earlier, right? I'm going a little bit off script. And she mentioned how the both of you are really good examples of having these plans in place when life happens, because life does life. Life is lifing. And I wanted both of you to take a minute just to talk through what has it meant to go through this dissertation process and lean on the support of your Qual Scholars family, when life is lifing.
It's rough. And
Yeah.
youngest got to be vulnerable, but you really start to figure out who your family are. I'm glad that I gained a bunch of more sisters, just to sort of lean on, even when I do ghost them, and not talk to them about what I'm experiencing or what I'm going through. But I think it's important that we lean on during these times, and it's been important for me with a bunch of different situations, from having to move from state to state to recently losing my father, to so many other things, like just being able to be like, yo, this ain't this ain't happening right now. I ain't making strides like I want to. But and then my family is back in California, back in the West. I see my niece on here too, who just got into college. But yeah, like it's just cool to have a virtual community, and then to link up at a conference, and then because we've been virtual for so long, and now we get to see each other face to face. It's like, yo, Dr. Rowe, what do you do? So it's been smooth, and it's been great to have that community and to lean on folks, and now family.
For me, I always tell people I've gained one brother and three sisters. Same thing as Dante, but for me, it's been more so being open and the encouragement to tell me to say it how you feel it, write it how you feel, and we'll figure it out later. Don't allow capitalism, patriarchy to whitewash your words, whitewash your feelings. Like, say that shit. So if that's how you feel, definitely have it come out in your writing, but it's going to be all worth it in the end. So even from aside from the dissertation, we definitely talk about, should I make this move? Is this move worth it? We have something coming up in 8 months. Should I shoot my shot and move back to Cali? Should I stay in St. Louis? Should I move to the East Coast? Like, we talk a lot more outside the dissertation related areas of methodology and things like that. It's been so helpful, but I'm like, we hooked in and locked in for life. So it's just a blessing for real.
Locked in for life. I feel like that really encompasses the two of you. Like, I want people to understand that when we're at Right Away, we're in community, and Natasha and Dante really exemplify that. The way that they encourage each other, the way that they push each other and challenge each other and call each other back into community. Like, how has it been curating that type of relationship and that type of friendship inside Finish Your Dissertation?
It's been fun. I would say it's been fun. You talking to the two of the hype writers right here. We will host a hype write session in a minute. So we always like to cut up. We're being very, very coy right now. But the thing about it is I think when we posted this, I said it's always a good time when fam links up, right? So it's just always a great time. And so to curate that, it takes time, just like with anything else. But I think the best thing about the OG academics is that off rip, we just had that connection. We had that vibe. We had that accountability. And I mean, just that format was just so helpful to us, because it was like, what's the number? You've been gone for 3 weeks. How you living? What you eating? What you doing? Who you with? What's going on? And it's like, all right, I've been slacking. I'm gonna come back on Sunday. Which Sunday? This Sunday? Next Sunday? So, but it's been cool. I take and speak more to that because we be pulling up on him all day.
Oh yeah. Like I said, I can't ghost. I will get a text or a call from somebody about where I've been at. I've always felt like I wanted that accountability. I think it's so hard when we think about this dissertation journey. We have these classes that are scheduled for quite some time, and then afterwards, they leave us out to dry. We swimming by ourselves. It's like, yo, where's that accountability at? Like, nobody's on my head to turn something in. Nobody's on my head for this. But to have an accountability group that's really there, and twice a week, and then when we dropped to once a week, we was like, look, Dr. Lacy, this ain't flying. Like, we need writing twice a week.
We need more. We need to show up to write, because that's what it is. It's just like, I think a lot of people, especially on the outside, when I think about the dissertation journey, is like, oh, okay, you're becoming a doctor. Like, yeah, it's cool, but a lot of this, I'm flying solo, and I don't know what I'm doing, how I'm rolling, how I'm gonna get there. But it's just the fact about, how do I show up in this space? And so I think for us, it's been great for us to talk about, how do we make this move and how do we make this happen when no one is calling us, talking to us, even making us write. It's really a discipline that you have to learn. And so with the Sunday, Wednesday format, we fell into that because we knew at least twice a week we would see each other at least for 2 hours to show up and write, at minimum. Now, if we do a Right Away at the Dark or a check-in, that's extra, but at least for 2 hours a week, for a couple of hours, 2 days a week for a couple of hours, we would definitely show up to write. So that's been accountable to us too.
And I'm sure I'm going to jump onto your question, Alex. But just thinking about, like, when life is lifing and thinking about timelines, like in my timeline, like I was supposed to be done 2020. Like that was in my head.
Yeah.
Like, 2020, it sounded good. I came to this program because they took credits from my master's. Like, I was supposed to be done, but life happens, pandemic happens, deaths happen. all of that stuff happens, and you just kind of finesse. And so being able to finesse and then re-strategize, refocus, sort of feel like why am I rushing? Like what's the rush? We ain't got nowhere to go. I mean,
Outside,
time
got fully
jobs
open.
secured, debating between taking a full-time job while finishing a PhD, dealing with the madness of a full-time job and not getting approved for my dang overloads and stuff. But
But it's okay though. 'Cause we bounced back.
it just be so
We
much
bounced
though,
back.
like
We got 12.
yeah. But I'm talking about some money stuff. But but seriously, like just thinking about timelines and how people really be trying to rush, especially us in our 20s. Or folks even thinking about 30s, like we be trying to rush our life. Like, slow down, what we rushing for, yeah? Like, it's cool. Just take your time. We'll finesse it. We'll make it work, and then we can make it shake, rattle, and roll afterwards. But then at the same time, like, you need somebody to hold you accountable. Like, look, these are your goals. These are what you set out for yourself. This is what you set out to do. How you accomplishing that? How you making that shake, rattle, and roll? So.
That's so important. And I want to commend you both, because Dr. Lacy said this earlier in her life, that you both also represent this idea of living life, right? If that means going to a little dinner here and there, going on a trip, like Dante, I think you've called in and you're like, I'm in New York right now, or I'm in this place. And both of you are working full-time job. Both of you are working on your dissertation, and you are still choosing to live life. And do you feel like anything in Qual Scholars has encouraged you to make that decision, to do that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, yo, live your life. Like, go drink your water, go drink your drink, or smoke your smoke. Do whatever you do. Like,
Make sure you
go,
journal, show up, all of that.
go do it. But still be on your grind. And so I think that's the important part, is just not letting yourself be so bogged down by this dissertation. Like, it's gonna happen, it's gonna come and go, but life goes on. We've seen, unfortunately, with folks that are our relatives and things that have gone on from COVID or from whatever else. But we ain't got time to be placing holds on taking trips and stuff, man. Y'all better get up out of there.
I think the biggest thing for me has just been about balance. So when I first started the doc journey, I was out in the library, public library, school library from 8 to 4, just like a regular day job. And I'm like, I wasn't getting anywhere. And then so it wasn't until coming to Dr. Lacy and Qual Scholars, it was like, listen, go out and party because of the people. And I was like, who are these people? And so she would always come back with, but the people say it, but who are these people? And so realizing that the people really don't exist, but we always make up that the people exist, was like, we're gonna take this flight. We're gonna take this trip. It's okay. I'm gonna kick it with me, and these kids, coloring, and I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna just do what I do, and the work will get done. And I think that's the biggest thing in the doc process. You have to trust yourself and also trust the process, that the work will get done no matter what you have going on. Even if you sit in the car waiting on the buses to come, the work will get done. We got right away in like 30 minutes or so, but it's going to get done. And there's no such thing as a perfect anything, because the best dissertation is one, guess what, is done. It's gonna be done. And you can always, the goal is to eat off of it for 3 to 5 years, so it's cool.
Yes, the best dissertation is a done dissertation. I love that. And I'm thinking about both of you. When you look at Finish Your Dissertation, whether it be right-aways, which you talked about, feedback, dissertation courses, workshops, community, what do you feel like is helping you the most right now to finish your dissertation?
It's time to get up out of Bloomington. What? I'm tired. Like, what you mean?
I want my life back.
It's time to go. I got stuff on the other side.
Got stuff to do.
People back at home that need to see me, people that need me back at home, whatever. But yeah, it's just I think it's kind of like overstaying your welcome. You stay at somebody's house, like, after this second, third night, like, I need my own bed. Go. So after this fifth night in Bloomington, I might need my own bed.
Yeah, I'm working on Mexico. Like, I gotta get up out of here. I haven't been nowhere in 4 years. It's time for me to get up out of here. I no longer want to take a trip and come back to methodology. I no longer want to go somewhere and come back to a lit review. I no longer want to go somewhere and come back to chapter 1 edits. Like, I'm done. I'm done. So I gotta get up out of here. But practicing scholar basics and stuff like that, like, it's great. But we gotta go. We got things to do.
We gotta go. We got things to do. Winston 2022 cited. I love that. And right, the scholar basics, I'm so glad you brought that up, Natasha, because people think like you're telling me to, Dr. Lacy is telling you to drink your water, to journal for 10 minutes, to move for 10 minutes, to take an hour for yourself, to do your top 3. Like, that sounds so basic, but it's actually really critical to this idea of what both of you are saying is you got to get out of there. You got to get out.
Yeah.
So thank you both for just really like thinking about how these curriculums and mindset and scholar basics and things like that are helping you be done.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, don't hold yourself to the classes. The classes are just the busy work. The real work comes when you write the dissertation, but that's why it's so important to choose a topic that you can be in love with, that you can sit with for a couple years, and understand that things gonna change, people gonna change, the process is gonna change, and you are also going to change. How you start the program is not going to be how you finish the program, how you finish your study, and also, as we always say, hashtag, we're doing this stuff in a pandemic, so we're having to ebb and flow right along with the pandemic, so it's okay. It's gonna be all right.
It's going to be all right. And also, thank you everyone for joining today. We have so many people in the audience, and if you have any questions for Dr. Miller and Dr. Winston, drop them in the comments below. I want to ask you both, maybe let's start with you, Dante. Think about that there's someone out there who's considering joining Finish Your Dissertation with all of us, but they're on the fence and they're trying to figure out whether to pay the money, make the investment to join. What would you say to them?
What you thinking about, man? Like, look, I feel like the Everest commercial. Like, you couch not right anyway. Like, would you do something that's gonna help you in your future? But not real talk though. Like, I think for me, like I said earlier, the factor was the money. I was like, look, if I'm gonna drop this band, like, first of all, we drop these bands to take these classes anyway, right? Sometimes these classes are helpful, sometimes they're not. But then if I'm gonna drop this band, then I'm gonna need an ROI. I'm gonna need a return on my investment. So I'm like, what is the return on my investment? Do I know people that's finishing this program? Can they really be honest with me? If I hold myself to this, am I really benefiting from it? And then at the same time, when we put our money next to something, we also about to make some shake, rattle, and roll. You know what I'm saying? So like, you're not about to just put your money in it and be like, I ain't gonna show up. It's like, yeah, once that show up on your Chase account or whatever bank you got, you like, yeah, I probably should go right, or I'm gonna cancel it. And if you cancel it, then you probably gonna feel bad, like, maybe I should have just went to go right because I canceled that, and now I'm also not writing. And I mean, there are people that obviously finish without the program, but again, to have the accountability, to have the different course modules and workshops and worksheets, and have a coach like Dr. Lacy, who's just awesome, real down to earth, to have a squad, a community, you missing out, my Jay.
Thank you.
You always missing out with Dante. You always missing out with Dante.
Stop missing out, yeah.
Missing out with Dante.
What about you, Tosh? And hi, everyone. Good to see you all. Hi, Clea. You just joined. So, yes, Tosh, what about you? There's someone that, who's on the fence about joining, and they just they don't know if they want to make the decision. What would you say to them about joining Finish Your Dissertation?
Listen, think of us like the pool, right? You put your feet in, it's cold, but then once you step all the way in, you get kind of a little warm. That's what we are. We are the cohort that you never thought that you needed, right? So coming in, I mean, you're never going to find a community of all Black and brown scholars who have similar stories, who have similar ways. And I mean, we have wretched, we have wretchedness and trapness, but we also focus on your mindset. So Qual Scholars helps you focus on the things that you're not going to get in your program. So you're going to get the technical stuff. You got classes, you got discussion boards, you got your Canvas, you know, me will be on Skype, however you go to school and things like that, however you do in class, right? But when it comes to the cohort, to be able to have people that look like you, go through the same thing as you, be a part of the top 1%, I'm like, you're not going to get that nowhere else like you would in Qual Scholars. And I'm like, that's real talk. That's live or no live, right? Because that's what this is about. When we say we are a family, when we say I got you or we got you, that's what it is. We got you, right? And I'm like, how many of your friends can really understand what you're going through? So think about it as, I can't talk to my friends about methodology because they don't know what it is. They can say, I support you. I don't know what it is. But in Qual Scholars, it's like, I can support you, but I can also help walk you through this. So between voice notes, text message, Qual Scholars, right away at the dark, there's so many other things that you can take advantage of with the program when you drop that band that Dante was talking about. Like, we want you to win. We're going to help you win because we also want to see us, you know, win. Like, when you win, I win. So, like, just stand up. So, you know, you need people to go with you through your program, not just be with you in your program. That's the difference. We go through stuff. You know, like my chair passed last fall. You know, you all went through that situation with me, not just in it. Like, I knew that you all were with me. You know, so like that, it hits different when you got people who understand what the process is to say, hey, my chair passed away. I don't know where I'm going. What's this going to look like? Well, oh, here's what you can send in this email. You know, Alex, you're good for sending a nice little paragraph to say, send this to them. I'll follow with you and we done.
That's so important. And I do think that, you know, Qual Scholars, Finish Your Dissertation, like, we got you from the moment that you enter. And I won't even say to the moment you leave, because afterwards, like, you're still part of the family. What are you talking about? Just because you graduated. Thank you both for just walking us through just a little bit of where you're going, where you're at. There's actually a question in the chat, and it says, how did you know this journey was for you? Was getting your doctorate degree always part of the plan?
Real talk. Hell no, it wasn't part of the plan. It wasn't. It wasn't. I'm just being straight up honest. Hell no, it was not part of the plan. I fell into it. And just about my backstory, just going through school, you know, we go through life and things like that. But I fell into it because it was just a thing to do, right? And so I had friends who were in the academy who were challenging me, like, you need to go on and continue. I said, for what? I'm already in debt. I don't need no more debt. I don't want no more debt. Debt is not my friend. However, coming to this program and then also working with the kids, working with my students, I call my kids, it's personal, but just working with them and then having them see someone become a doctor that's not in the medical field, but then also being able to share things about life with them. Yes, I could do it outside the program, but as being a student right along with them, being a student teaching fifth graders, it hits different. So I can say, I teach you all day and I still gotta go home and be a student. And it was like, for real, you still in school? Yes, Miss Winston is still in school. You know, it hits different, but now I have a greater appreciation because I finally, for the first time, have someone that I'm accountable to and also someone I'm accountable for. So with my students, even though I didn't want the doctorate degree per se, having to come back and then see how it impacts my students, it hits different for me. So now I do have purpose, and it does, in the process and the journey does have meaning. And so it's not all in vain for me.
Thank you for answering that, responding in that way, Dr. Winston. Dr. Miller, what about you? Do you want to speak to that question as well?
Yeah, I didn't know that this journey was for me, but I for sure found out, like, later on in my undergraduate career that I was like, I knew I wanted to get a doctorate, because of my mentors, and I was like doing research in undergrad, but I think I went from like business econ in undergrad to like sociology, and then I was like a bunch of people was just kind of getting doctorates at UCLA. So we was just kind of like trying to figure it out, and so I eventually realized that I wanted to do it. But then I mean, I think anybody who got a doctorate or of any kind or going through a program would be a liar if they said that they didn't think about quitting like every Friday or every other day. You know what I mean?
Every Tuesday.
But it's just an opportunity for you to really grow and learn and engage, and then you can pretty much do whatever you want with a doctorate. Like, it's not just to be in the academy. It's getting you to think about your thinking and to challenge your thinking and to think about something else and kind of make that work.
That's so beautiful. I
Yeah.
just really appreciate knowing this about you both, because I didn't know. And I actually want to go off script for a second, because in Finish Your Dissertation, we have so many components to the program. And actually one of them is group coaching. And I believe it was, Tosh, you were one of the clients who were like, we need group coaching again. And Dr. Lacy was like, all right, I'm going to bring back group coaching. I don't think we highlight the power of group coaching enough on social media, but can you both give people a taste of like what group coaching is like inside Finish Your Dissertation?
I'm always starting stuff. I don't know. Group coaching is lit. Honestly, group coaching is lit. Simply because a lot of times, I just use myself for example. A lot of times I be needing coaching for myself, but the coaching that I receive is also what another scholar in the program can also use. Types of things. It's just great. So say like if I'm receiving coaching and Dr. Lacy's on my head, well, we can pull Dante into the conversation and we can say, oh, well, Dante needs this. So sometimes we share the heat, share the fire, but it's very beneficial, because also it's not just me who needs it or needs something to hear about, even though it maybe something pertains to my program, my struggle, my journey specifically, but someone else can also benefit from that. So that's what it's been about for me. I love group coaching. That's why I wanted to bring it back, because it was like, I also miss being in community with the people, because it's more than one voice, more than one head helping you work through a situation. Is like, you can pull up with a paragraph, I can add a sentence, Dante can change a couple of words, and then boom, we have something that a scholar can send to their chair. So that's how it works. It's pretty much like a group think tank, honestly.
I love that. A group think tank. That is like,
Yeah.
write that down to use that. And this is very, like, you see Dante talking, and this is actually very normal, because we invite our scholars to come into Right Away or group coaching where they're at. Okay, so maybe Dante can help give an example of what group coaching is like as well when he has a moment, but it's okay, because he might be doing something else.
Hey, Kalia.
Hi, Kalia. Yes. Wow. Well, it's actually 4:40, and Tasha, can you just tell the people that the night isn't over? Because what do we have going on tonight?
Girl, at 6 o'clock Central Standard Time, we have Right Away coming up, and then a little bit after that, I may host a Right Away After Dark, because we got to get these edits in. But from 6 to 8 is the Right Away portion of our program, which is really dope, because again, this is the 2 times a week that you can come together to write. Again, if you don't want to write any other time of the week, come to Right Away. It helps you. You can write a shitty paragraph, which is nothing but 4 sentences, also known as the Alex paragraph, as I call it. And it's where perfect doesn't exist. It's just, did you show up? Sometimes half the battle is just showing up, drinking your water. Did you journal? You can brain up. You can talk to us about your day. We can check in with each other, check in with yourself. And then sometimes we just check in and say, look, y'all, I ain't got it today. I had a horrible day, like I did, and I may just show up for like 5 minutes, or I just kind of want to see y'all to come, see what's going on with your face, and then I'm out, and I'm going to lay down. And then we'll say, okay, we'll see you on Sunday. Or do you want someone to check in with you? Yeah, check in with me about 9 o'clock my time. Okay, we can do that. So that's really what Right Away is. But it's the Black and brown community unlike any other. It's the cohort that you never thought that you needed, but also so grateful when you find it. We lit, so it's cool.
I love that. Thank you so much.
Oh, my bad. My
No,
bad.
Dante, I was going to ask you, I was going to thank Tasha and then ask you, what's your goal tonight for Right Away? We always have a writing goal for our Right Away session. So can you tell the people what's your goal tonight?
Oh yeah, I just up my chair does these dissertation or these advising check-ins, and so I just checked in with her, and so it's looking good. But nah, my goal is to finish these codes. Like they were saying earlier, joking earlier, I have 12 interviews and I've coded up to like 8. So I need to finish these last 4 so and keep it pushing. So
12 was just a great number.
Oh yeah, but 14 sounds good too.
We're not going for 14.
We're not about to get to that over here. Like
we're not doing that today. 12.
All right. We're not getting into that. Cool.
No, we're not.
Y'all see what happens in Right Away. Like this is the exact banter. Like we can't even talk about some of the stuff that we supposed to be talking about because they always on my head. And that's the other thing. The gender dynamics and
I'm gonna keep it cute.
in the program, it's a huge, I think it's like 5-to-1 ratio. You know what I'm saying? And so your boy is often outnumbered, except for my boy Dr. DC. Shout out to Dr. DC, Donald Coleman. But
Don,
but yeah,
he loves it though.
I do. But yeah. So I'm gonna be finishing my coding and send these memos off to my church, and so my church can review them and let me know about my second round interviews and things of that sort.
Wow, I am excited for the progress that is being made and moving forward. Honestly, everyone inside Finish Your Dissertation is like, when Tasha and Dante graduate, like we're having a whole ass party. I mean, we're celebrating everyone, but we're having
May 6th.
May 14th.
Listen, everyone, I just want to thank both Tasha and Dante for being here today and giving us a little glimpse into their journey. I hope that you watch the replay, and I hope that you really learned just sort of the value of being in community inside FYD. Doors close for FYD in 5 days. On Monday, February 28th. That's the last day. Doors are closing. So rewatch this because Tosh and Dante broke it down very clearly for those of you who are on the fence on why you need to join. So are there any last words from Dante or Tosh before we leave?
The kids have gotten home safely since we've been on the call, so I'm good.
Amen. And I'll see you both at Right Away. And Tasha, drive home safe. And thank you so much for being here and giving me your time today.
Happy Black.
No problem.
Black. Let's get it.
Ratch.
Gang.
Thank you so much, everyone. Bye. Thank you.
All right, y'all.
See ya.
Bye.